We are into the top three. We will have a new number one this year.
Yes,
that
we
will
will.
not be Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
Number one will not be this quarterback, although he does make it into the top three.
I mean, it's almost incredible that he's number 3. After the year he has and the way he plays and as awesome as he is, and again to the point of what we're talking about, how great these 4 are right now. The guy that could have been the MVP of football last year if somebody else just would have helped him on the team a little bit, all right? Maybe they could have played defense. Joe Burrow, the assassin himself. Yeah, I mean, if you want to look for perfect in-the-pocket quarterback play, and I feel like I probably said this the last 3 years, you look at Joe Burrow. If I want to tell my son to watch how, hey, you might not be able to beat Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, or Mahomes. You might have to play it a little bit more to the traditional quarterback aspect, right? In the pocket, quick decision, get the ball out of the hands, read the defense perfectly. Joe Burrow's your guy. Joe Burrow is like literally just, what do I want to say? I almost want to put Joe Burrow and then in parentheses go, put it on a reel. Because like he's the guy that a West Coast offensive coordinator would go, hey, you want to learn how to play quarterback in the West Coast offense? Let's watch Joe Burrow because it's perfection, okay? So that's what you look at Joe Burrow. He's got it all. We know that. First, though, it starts with in the pocket, surgicality, dissection. He will absolutely destroy you that way. One great decision after another, one pinpoint throw after another, right? Works the pocket perfectly. Hasn't had the greatest pass protection there, but anybody, as you always hear me say, he's a slippery son of a bitch. His ability to kind of just work the pocket and get in the right spot to make the proper throw. He's got a knack there that is really special. And in doing that, right, where we talked about Mahomes maybe having a little bit of a down year of watching the pass rush a little bit, Burrow, for a guy that's been beat up in his career and had some injuries, I'm always impressed with the fact that he still keeps his eyes down the field within the middle of the scrum with bodies all around him, right? That's where he's really special. But the pinpoint throwing, the pinpoint decisions, along with, I'm not going to say the most rocket arm in football, but it's up there, okay? Yeah, it might not be top 2 or 3, but it's top 5 or 6 arm in the sport that way. That's what I love about Joe Burrow. And then even with all that and the pocket passing and what we're talking about, he still gets out of the pocket and makes a lot of backyard plays, right? We talked about Justin Herbert the last show where he's so good in the pocket with decisions and accuracy and all of that. But this is where Burrow separates himself. Burrow doesn't take a lot of negative plays. He always gets the ball out of his hands. Even for the amount of pressure he's under, it's amazing actually how much he gets the ball out of his hands and still makes positives out of plays where you go, oh, that wasn't very good pass pro. But his ability to get outside the pocket and make throws on the run, scramble for 8 or 10 here and there, it goes overlooked about his game because he's so awesome with his precision passing all the time. And that's what you love about Joe Burrow. Just seems like he's on his game more than ever right now. Has to be, right? Doesn't have the luxury of sometimes like what we talked about with Mahomes where you can just go like, hey, this series I'm going to take a shot down the field. He might be covered. I don't know. Oh, I'm just going to throw this away here. Like I might have been able to fit it in, but I'm going to throw it away. He didn't have that luxury because it's like, no, they're going to go score on your defense the next drive. So you have to score 30. And that's why they scored 30, 10 points, 10 games in a row and did all that. And that's why Joe Burrow's number 3. And it's actually a crime that he's number 3 in that kind of year.
Well, you look at that. You have an MVP any other year.
Yeah.
If Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are doing what they do,
the
almost
team's a little
5,000
better.
yards passing. He led the NFL in passing attempts, completion, yards, and touchdowns. And while doing that, completed 71% of his passes. So it's like he's throwing all the time, completing almost all of them. And in fact, right now, he's like the career leader, all-time leader in completion percentage at 69%. And so it just seems like a lot was asked of him, and he was able to step up and do it even without a ton of help. And of course, got some talent at receiver for him.
Yep.
Now, one thing, and Pete knows it here in the rundown too, is that if there's one thing about Joe Burrow and the Bengals in totality, it's just like week 1, week 2, it seems like it's always a struggle
An
for
issue.
them.
If there's negatives about his game, it's 2 things. It's get off, start faster, right? It seems like it takes him until week 5 to be Joe Burrow every year, right? So that's like, yes, we got to fix that. They got to play more in the preseason, whatever, right? But like to our point, and I know this isn't always fair, but when you make $55 million a year and you're Joe Burrow and they want to bring you to Paris Fashion Week every now and then, this is what we start to expect from you is you got to take over some games at some point. And, like, if Joe Burrow was playing the way he was playing, let's say mid-December or November last year, they wouldn't have lost to the Patriots week 1, right? So I know it's a team thing, but it's also, I can point to it to him too, to go, yeah, within that and the team starting slow, he starts slow too, and he's not quite able to maybe carry them through some tough early season moments like he can in late October, November, and December, where he just becomes almost like an inevitable force. There's that. And then the other negativity would probably be just maybe could be a little bit more of an aggressive decision maker altogether. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Are there times where I watch games and go, hey, man, he's surgical, boom, boom, boom. But are there times where I want to go, like, oh, like, why did you dump it off to the back so quick? He hit 5, he dumped it off to the back real quick. Now they got 4 or 5 yards. I get it. But I'm like, man, like, you're Joe Burrow. You knew that coverage. You knew T. Higgins might come open on this play. Like, what? Let's wait on this one. If there was one thing you were going to be negative about, but that's about as negative as it gets when you talk about Joe Burrow last year. That really is. And also within that, I try to take into account of, like, yeah, they didn't run the ball that well. They have to throw the ball all the time. He led the league in passing attempts. It's all on him. So I think a little bit of, like, that could have led to that conservative nature, right? And that's where you try to blend those things together of going, okay, yeah, he missed that play, but I can understand why he's playing like this right now for what their team is and whatever that is. And again, don't get me wrong, they're few and far between. He's special. He's an assassin right now. And if there is people open and he's got time, man, I'd put Joe Burrow up there with anybody to execute the offense and make the throw time after time after time.
And the numbers make it obvious. The MVP, season without winning the MVP last year. But when you're sitting down, you're looking at your list.
Yeah.
What was the tiebreaker? I know you're. This is the first time Joe Burrow's been ahead of Patrick Mahomes in his career in your countdown. What was the tiebreaker?
I think it's just the overall consistency. You go through a stretch of the year with Joe Burrow and you just go, oh my God, this is a good game. Okay, let me go to the next game. This one will be, oh my God, this is a good game. Oh my gosh, this is a phenomenal game. Oh my gosh, they lost to this and he balled out. Like, they played no defense and he just made one great play after another. I think that's the thing. Mahomes was a little all over the place. It was a roller coaster this year. And it within games was like that too.
Sure.
Where you'd go, man, that quarter was awesome. And then the next quarter you'd be like, damn, they couldn't stay on the field and get first downs here, right? Mm-hmm. Burrow found a way to keep the offense efficient no matter what. Never got bored like Mahomes, never got over-aggressive, right? Some of those things we talked about. Never got into, wait, I'm a little impatient with what the offense is doing. Let me watch the rush and just now scramble and try to make a play, right? Didn't have that from Burrow. It really was a steady train of just, holy crap, great game, great game. Great game. I mean, really, one of the only games you can sit there and go, it wasn't a great game. Okay, it might be maybe the Philadelphia Eagles, I think in late October, but that would be one where I looked at it and go, okay, there wasn't much there to be had. They kept pace as long as they could, and now they can't run. They got to throw the ball every play, and they can't keep up with the Eagles, and that led to maybe one of the more underwhelming games. But within that, he still let me just see. He still went 26 of 37 for 234, and they weren't really even playing their best football then. But after that game right there, I mean, it's one awesome showing after another.
And Joe Burrow, while I still think he will talk to you,
yeah,
maybe part of him is just like, man, that might be the best year I ever have. And it's number 3 below Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson.
Well, one guy's the MVP. Yeah. The other guy's the reigning MVP, who certainly has a case to say, I should have been the MVP. And this is, again, where it's a special four. Like I told you, I maybe just put the greatest quarterback of all time at number 4. I still can't even believe that, right? My son's going to have 7 heart attacks when he sees this on social media.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, oh, my gosh, Dad, I can't believe you did this. Mahomes is never going to talk to you ever again. He's going to be so stressed out about it, and I'm stressed out about it, honestly. Yo, homies, what's up? Thanks for watching Chris Simms Unbuttoned. And just because the weather's warm doesn't mean football ain't still on our brains right here.
We are still working, so smash that subscribe button. We got all the training camp news, preseason news, everything up until kickoff night.
Thanks for watching. And again, remember to hit that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.